Tell me the craziest wedding story. Part 2. Before the wedding, they bought a house with a huge apple orchard and began to live there. They completely plunged into the apple theme, and the whole wedding was held in apple tones. Apples were on the tables, in baskets, placed throughout the hall and the stage on which they were married. Paintings of apples hung around, and under them stood artificial apple trees with real apples under them. The groom had Italian apples. Apples were in every dish on the table. The wedding cake was made in the shape of an apple and contained apples. It was very strange. And after a couple of years they sold their house with an apple orchard, because they had no idea what to do with 200 apple trees. I am a wedding planner and have done over 200 wedding ceremonies. Usually the bride and groom ask for fireworks. We have a company that does this, so it's not a problem. But always, absolutely always, they ask that Katy Perry's song Fireworks be played during the fireworks. When registering the marriage, the bride and groom said that they both want to change their surnames. They explained that they want to get rid of the roots that prevented them from moving forward. In fact, they had a lot of debts, and they thought that now the creditors would not find them. When the bride walked to the altar, she caught her heel on the hem of her dress and fell. She had to go to the guest room to clean herself up. It took about 30 minutes. All 400 guests stood and waited. My wife and I never danced before the wedding, because we were not fond of this topic. Before the wedding, they took 10 lessons, but they still danced stupidly. I was 11 years old and my cousin was 37, and she was getting married for the third time. The ceremony itself was normal, if a bit boring, and then we went to the banquet. There we were asked to take our places at the table. I was small and did not find it strange, although many adults were perplexed. And here comes the bride and groom in crowns. The bride takes the microphone, hands it to her mother and asks her to say something nice about her. And then she let the microphone go around in a circle so that each of the guests would say a word about the bride. Neither about the bride and groom, nor about their relationship, but about her personally. At that wedding I was the best man. The couple was young and they got married because the bride was pregnant. But it was clear that they love each other and believe that they are doing the right thing. I sat next to the father of the bride and drew attention to the piece of paper with the prepared speech, which he held in his hands. There were phrases not perfect, we will not accept you into the family, and stuff like that. When the bride's father went to the toilet, he put the sheet on the table, and I took it. Then he pretended that I had no idea where he had gone, even looked under the table for the sake of appearance. As a result, the father of the bride stood up, took the microphone, muttered something about love and sat down. I didn't tell anyone about it. 20 years have passed since then, and they are happily married.